once you get a job, okay, because, you know, and it pays okay, because everyone complains, I don't make enough, you know. My first job was $175. $175 a day. No health insurance. No, I'm not lying. Out of college. You'd be like, what? How? Right? $875 a week times 4, $3,500. Okay? There it was. I made $3,500. First job out of college. I had rent. My rent was about, let's just say, it was like about $1,800. Me and my sister split an apartment. Okay? And so my rent was like $900. So that took me down to about, yeah, and there was taxes. I probably ended up taking home $2,900. So that took me down to $2,000. Then I spent about maybe, you know, I could budget myself to $500 to $600 a month on food, right? But, you know, I probably would spend, and I'd usually get down to almost zero money. I barely saved anything, right? But that was my first job ever, and I stayed there. But eventually, I made $250 a day, and I made $1,250 a week. You know what I mean? And that was big to me, because next thing you know, now I had $4,800 a month almost. And then after that, you know what I mean? It changed a little bit. And then eventually I got to, you know, and I kept grinding and grinding. And what I did is, as my paychecks went up, I didn't change my living situation. I eventually moved in with my sisters to a 3-bedroom that was about $1,800. My rent actually went down. My rent went down to $600 a month. All right. And I did that for about 3 years. And at this point, I got into the union, and I was making $350 to $400 a day. You see? Next thing you know, I was making, with overtime, you know, sometimes between, you know, $600, almost $600 a day. I was bringing in dang near $2,000 a week now. Now I'm bringing in $8,000 a month, right? I'm making $96,000 a year. But my rent is still $600 a month, right? I'm working a night shift. I'm wearing Costco's jeans. I'm not dressing fancy for anyone. I'm not buying watches. I'm not trying to buy a car. I use the train station in my I got a bicycle in the train. And I'm trying to stack as much money as I can, and I'm investing. I learned about investing, and I don't talk about the investing part of this, but at this point, you know, I'm investing. And I'm learning about Bitcoin and anything I could put this money into. I kind of balance it all, and so I just, you know what I mean? How to get rich is to basically do anything you love. And then eventually I learned trading. I sat at trading for so long. And, you know, now I basically kind of sell the information of trading to the world, like, and give it away for free value on the channel. So there's a way to win in anything in life. You just have to keep pushing, folks. Right?
Don't miss out on our next live stream. Subscribe to @CryptoLifer on YouTube for more.
Bitcoin down.